Or they try to.
Take it in.
I got you. Welcome back. We're here with Mark Peterson, president of Bridgeway Capital. Mark, it's been said that 8 out of 10 small businesses fail. What do you think makes those two businesses succeed? And what do they do differently that makes them successful?
A good plan's really important. That's an important ingredient.
So the business plan.
A good business plan, a clear direction of where you're headed and what your opportunities are and how you're going to finance those opportunities. Having enough capital is important, not trying to do it all on a shoestring, but finding capital from whatever source you can to make it go, and then determination. When things aren't going well, when things get tough, to continue to come into work, make that next sales call, produce that next good, the next item, and not giving up.
What was your biggest surprise when you were building Bridgeway Capital? What were some of the stumblings, blocks that you had that surprised you and you had to overcome?
The biggest surprise we've had is that it's tougher to make a loan than raise capital. Capital has always come in to support our mission and to help us grow as an institution and make more loans. But making a good loan is tough. It's hard work. It requires a lot of investigation and a lot of learning and analysis. And at the end, making a bet on this individual, making a bet that this individual is going to succeed and pay us back and have a vibrant, growing business, become bankable eventually.
Did you ever have a time, in the last 20 years where you kind of woke up in the morning, scratch your head and said, what the heck am I doing?
That question has always come to me in the form of, are we big enough? Are we big enough to achieve the mission that we set out to achieve? And, I used to think a $5 million loan fund would be pretty good. I was striving to reach that. And now we're at 50 million, and there's a lot more for us to do. That we have a long way to go to achieve what we set out to achieve.
Well, segue that into what's your vision for Bridgeway? Where do you see it maintaining it at the level that it's at now, and continue to do it, at the level, or do you see continued growth and expansion of not only the number of loans but maybe the size of loans?
Because the other part of it is now that you're 21 years in, a lot of these loans now have started to end. So not only are you trying to build, but you're also trying to replace what has come due, right?
Right. We, celebrate a graduation. We celebrate someone going to a bank, even though we're giving up revenue.
Yeah, even though you're like, okay, where are we going to get that?
Yeah. So that we do manage that dynamic, but we just finished a plan. We just finished a new plan, and it calls for us to double in size over the next 5 years. That means increasing our loan amounts, making larger loans, making more loans. We think there's more to do in Erie and Greensburg and Washington, PA.
Absolutely.
So expanding our outreach,
especially with part of your niche being those manufacturing firms. They're almost everywhere you look around this area.
Yeah.
And even Franklin County and all the way up to Erie and out Greensburg and Westmoreland County and all those. I'm sure there's areas.
And every bend in the road that you go around, you'll see a little manufacturing company. It's amazing. It's amazing what you'll find. I remember, quick story. I remember being in Erie, meeting with a potential client with another advisor, and you walk up. It's a little house. It used to be his father's house. Now they run the company out of this little house.
Yeah.
And then out back is like basically a barn. And I go in the barn. And believe it or not, they made valves for nuclear submarines in this barn. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of basically potato field. And he had some process they did where he put this hardening on the valves. And, he didn't know where or what. He just knew that he was to ship to the U.S. government, 20 of these valves a month.
He could be one of the few guys in the country that knows how to do that.
Yeah. It was a very specific valve that went in a very specific spot on a nuclear submarine, and and that was it. It had a certain hardening, and they made one valve a day.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was, I'm like sitting there going, man, oh man. Once again, amazing how you can make a living in this world. It
Yeah.
really is.
Well, very
Yeah.
specific in your plumbing. It's what you got.
Well, it kind of yeah, but at the same time, if that's the only thing you're doing, all of a
Yeah.
sudden they cut that program, you're in a lot of trouble. So I mean, that's the other side of the manufacturing business.
If we were making a loan to him, we'd be working with him on how to
Expand.
be less concentrated.
Yeah.
product lines. Yeah.
All right, awesome stuff. Thank you
Definitely.
so
Thanks,
much, Mark, for
Thank you.
being a part of the program today, coming down and really sharing with us the ins and outs of how business owners out there watching this and our business virgins who are thinking about leaving corporate America, going out and starting their own company, that there are people like you that can come work with them, help them, get the capital that they need to be successful, to build that business, to be a part of something that they're passionate about. At the same time, probably the biggest thing I heard from Mark today, you got to be organized and well thought out with your plan.
Yeah.
So, Mark, thank you so much. Thanks for coming down. Appreciate the advice and the guidance. Check out the rest of the episodes, segments rather, with Mark Peterson. Once again, Bridgeway Capital, www.bridgewaycapital.org. Go in there, get a hold of these guys, do a great job. As you can tell from watching this, Mark's easygoing, easy to talk to, and we'll tell you what you need to know about getting financed.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you.